Welcome back. We spend so much time hearing about quick wins and short-term gains, but what if we shifted our focus to something bigger, something that lasts? Today, we're talking about how to engineer true generational wealth. Seriously, just let that sink in for a second. A single decision you make today, still growing, still enriching your family decades from now. That's the real question we're diving into. Forget the quick wins. This is about building a legacy. So let's get right into it. The myth of overnight riches. Who hasn't seen the headlines or heard the stories? The dream of getting rich quick is everywhere. But here's the thing. That dream is usually a mirage. And the money it creates? It's often really, really fragile. And this breaks it down perfectly, doesn't it? On one hand, you've got these fleeting trends. You know the ones. The meme stocks, the market bubbles. They look exciting, they promise fast money, but then, poof, they burst. Now look at the other side. Quiet compounding. This is how the real silent empires are built. We're not talking about a year, we're talking decades. It's literally the difference between a flash in the pan and real enduring strength. Okay, so how do we actually get from chasing those shiny, fragile trends to building something that's solid, something that lasts? Well, that leads us right into our big idea today. A really simple but powerful framework for how you think about your money. And here it is. We're calling it the 10-year test. Think of it as a simple filter for your decisions. The key question isn't just, will this asset still be around in 10 years? Nope. The real question is, will it be actively growing and compounding in value? See the difference? That's the mindset shift from just trying to preserve your money to actually creating true prosperity for the generations that come after you. So let's bring this home for a second. Think about your own situation right now. Your investments, the financial plans you have in place, will they still be creating value 10 years from today in 2036? It sounds like a simple question, right? But it's an incredibly powerful test for whether you're actually building a legacy or just passing time. All right, so if we're going to use this test, what kind of things actually pass it? Let's get practical here. What are the real pillars, the actual assets and strategies that can support a financial foundation for the long haul? First up, let's talk about the financial pillars. These are the tangible assets, the stuff you can point to. And listen, this isn't about chasing the latest hot trend. We're talking about smart, diversified investments that are based on real value. Things like strategic real estate, even intellectual property. And this last one is huge. Businesses with a defensible moat. What's that? It's just a way of saying they have a special competitive advantage, like a powerful brand or unique tech that others can't easily copy. That's what gives a business real staying power. But here's something that gets missed all the time. Assets are only half the battle. The other half, the really crucial part, is the human pillar. See, real generational wealth isn't just about the money. It's about the people. It's about investing in education, constantly developing skills, and maybe most importantly, establishing strong family governance. That just means having a clear plan for how the wealth is managed and passed down. Without that, even the biggest fortunes can completely fall apart. Okay, so we've talked about what to build. Now we've got to talk about what can tear it all down. Because building a legacy is one thing, but protecting it, that's a whole other challenge. Let's look at the common pitfalls, the mistakes that can just wipe out everything you've worked for. And here you have it, the 3 classic ways to squander a fortune. Number 1, you ignore the silent killers. That's inflation just eating away at your money's value and that sneaky lifestyle creep where your spending just keeps going up. Number 2, a total breakdown in communication. You just failed to teach the next generation how to handle money. And number 3, you fall for it again. You chase those high-risk, short-term gambles that can literally undo decades of careful work in a flash. And if you don't think inflation is a big deal, just look at this. This chart lays it out perfectly. That 100% purchasing power you have today, in just 10 years, boom, it's down to 74%. In 20 years, it's nearly cut in half. It's gone. This makes one thing painfully clear. If your wealth isn't actively growing, it is silently shrinking. There is no standing still. All right, I know this can sound like a lot, maybe even a little daunting, but here's the good news, and it's the most important part of this whole thing. You can start building this legacy right now, today. The secret isn't some huge, complicated move. It's understanding that small, consistent actions have a massive impact over time. This is it right here. This is the magic of compounding. It's not about one giant home run. It's about all those small, steady, smart steps. Look at how that curve starts to take off. Over a 10-year horizon and beyond, the growth becomes exponential. It just goes to show you. The single most powerful thing you can do is simply to start. So where do you begin? What are your first actionable steps? It's pretty straightforward. First, take a hard look at your portfolio and ask, does it pass the 10-year test? Second, start looking into legacy structures, things like trusts. They're just legal tools that help you make sure your assets are passed on the way you want them to be. And third, and honestly, this might be the most important one, start the conversation. Begin that financial education with your family today. And this really brings us full circle, doesn't it? Because at the end of the day, the money is just a tool. The real legacy is the wisdom, the values, the solid foundation you provide. That's what gives the next generation the power to not just hold on to what you've built, but to build upon it. So here's the thought I want to leave you with. The future doesn't just happen to you. You build it. Your legacy, the one that will last for decades, is being built right now, today, with every single choice you make. So ask yourself, does it pass the 10-year test? And then start building.